Thank you very much, and also everybody that is concerned about the happenings in Plateau State and also the happenings in most parts of this country. I was here because when we had the security breach in Plateau State, I had not had time to come to brief Mr. President. So today I had the opportunity to come to brief Mr. President, to tell him what we are doing, all the efforts, and also to seek for additional support in addressing this issue of insecurity on the plateau. It's not state evacuating their citizens. I think you are talking particularly to the university. When this issue happened, we were very, very particular in the protection of those in the university. But you know there are those who are in campus and those who are off campus. In order to address insecurity at the University of UNJOS, recently I acquired Hilux vehicles and I gave it to them with security. So when it happened, we said nobody should move out of the campus, stay within the campus. That's why you will be protected. But you find out there were, on a Sunday or so, there were pockets of people who were killed outside the campus. We said, why did you go out? You stay in one place. And I was in touch with many of the governors who are in a rush. I said, no, don't rush to take them. We are protecting them. But because students were all crying, this one is saying, I want to go home, I want to go home. Of course, they were writing exams. So at the end of the day, what we did was to guarantee them, those who want to go home, we will protect you, we'll find buses, put buses, escort you outside JOS and take you back to your state. And as it is, we're able to control the situation. Even as of now, I just saw today that the university has asked them to return back. That's to tell you that it is different from what you hear outside. It's different. I am a product of that university, and I can't allow this university people to start killing. I went to the extent of even establishing several security formations within that university, at the outskirts of university, Bauchi Road, surveillance, to ensure that they are guaranteed, their safety is guaranteed. When things happen like this, there will be pockets of one thing or the other. Some people will not stay in campus. If you look at it, it wasn't that people were killed in the campus. Nobody was killed in the campus. Some of them were those who went out. For what? We kept on making announcements, stay where you are. If you gave you numbers, if there's anything, there's any alarm, give us anywhere you are. Soldiers will go there, police will go there. Particularly of one person who left the campus, entered Kekena Pep, and he was stopped and thrown out. Up till today, we had to seal up this filling station where he was dropped. We arrested a lot of people, and we say, you must tell us who dropped those people. So if it's a Kekena Pep, how do you identify somebody who killed somebody outside, came and dropped him outside? But we gave those warnings. So for the fact that people were rushing to pick, of course, is in order, because everybody was raising concern. Students will call and say, everybody is picked in the campus, only my state, I'm here. Of course, which is usual. But for us, we sympathize with the university. As I'm preparing to go back, I'm still going to go into the campus, because we have laid out all the structures and we guarantee that they should come back and write their exams, and go back home freely. Well, the situation in Plateau is very calm, because when it happened first, of course, you will know that it happened in a local government, and that local government, Basa local government, where there were clashes between farmers and herdsmen. And this has been something that we had forgotten about in Plateau State. So we are all managing the crisis in Basa when we had the unfortunate killings of travelers from Bauchi, religious travelers from Bauchi who had peacefully done their prayers and were coming back. And as they were coming back, I think they believed that there was tension in the state, and so they wanted to take another route, the shortest route through Kafanchan, through Mancho. So on that route, you can only follow through the barracks. So they were going through the barracks and then got into Gadabu and then with a mob action, which resulted in the killing of about 26 people from Ondo, religious Fulani from Ondo. So as far as we are concerned, we've done a lot. And like I said, I've addressed, as a governor, I've addressed the Basa issue. I've met with the Fulani community, I've met with the Rigwe community, and all of them had gone back to where we stopped before, on agreements to live in peace. So they also realized that there were certain mistakes on their own side that resulted into that. And so they agreed to go back to continue with the same agreement they signed, just like we signed when we had clashes between Birom and the Fulani. So for us in Plateau State, we're addressing that. So on the side of the killings, we rescued about 26 people, and those of them that were also given proper attention, we addressed them at the hospitals. And when we saw a lot of them recovered, my deputy governor led the team in taking them to Ondo. As usual, we have taken them, religious leaders, both Christian and Muslims, to Ondo State, and it was received by the deputy governor of Ondo State. We also sympathize with them, and we also apologize for the happenings in Plateau State. It's not the character of Plateau. So after that, I think the governor also came and met me, and so we have addressed that. But because there was tension in Plateau State as a result of that, you can hear that we imposed curfew. But after a few days, we are relaxing all those curfews because people understand, and a typical Plateau man will not want any religious riot again. Because since we came on board, we had done a lot in addressing religious crisis. Because what people want is whatever the nature of crisis that comes into Plateau must end up in a religious crisis. That I have done my best to make sure that we will not have religious crisis. What we usually have is the only state that has peace building. And when issues start like this, our peace building are always addressing the issue. It is the only state, I must say, for now, that has instituted an inter-religious committee. A committee. All the high top religious leaders, both Christians and Muslims, are in that committee. They meet every week, every month. And so even when this issue happened, we had a meeting, and they also had their meeting. That's why you see we were able to address it within a very quick time. But again, we sympathize. We can replace properties, but we can't replace lives. So mine as a governor is to say, we sympathize with those who lost their lives and properties, and also pray that the Almighty God will grant them eternal rest. But for those who perpetuate this act, that's why part of the problem that you asked, what is the assistance? I said, yes. I want to thank Mr. President for the deployment of a lot of people, both strategic and also additional forces in Plateau State, because my order is that we must fish out the perpetrators, both the one in Basa and the one that happened with the travelers. Otherwise, we will not want to say travelers are not safe passing through Plateau State. So those are the assistants that I want for them to come out, and if those people are going for prosecution, I said it, and some people were reading several meetings that I said, nobody should bail anybody. It was at a stakeholders meeting, a wide stakeholders meeting of Plateau State. And what I said is that you are asking me to prosecute those people. I said the ones that I caught severally, who are those people who went to bail them? And where are they? Because in most cases you rush and bail them, and when they are asking for prosecution, they are not available. Is it not possible that the same people will come back and perpetrate that crime? This was the question I was asking. I'm a lawyer. I won't say there shouldn't be bail. I said, but don't be in a haste when you see people caught in action. Don't be in a haste to go and bail them. Allow the law to take its course. It will help the society. But when they get it, they'll say, no, this is my relation. This man belongs to my religion. You go and start and hurriedly bail him out. It's the same person that will come back and be killing people. And you will say government is not doing anything about it. Yes, and so I stand on that the security must fish out the perpetrators of this dastard act. And not only that, we are even reviewing some of them that had done it before. We had several cases of this similar nature. This is what I am saying. We are reviewing them. If we knew that you were part of those notorious criminals, we'll take you and hand you over for a review. And that is the only thing that will bring peace. But just as live in peace, we are already preparing for an economic summit, the first of its kind in the history of the state, which is coming up in September. And then we're beginning to have these things reoccurring. Well, by God's grace, like I said, we are on top of it.